Welcome to another captivating in the world of cinematic excellence. I'm Jidefilms, and today we are diving into the art of cinema grading with a special focus on imitating the timeless feel of Funmilayo Ransome-Kuti. In this session, we will explore how to recreate the rich vintage aesthetics of this legendary figure using DaVinci Resolve. We are drawing inspiration from the acclaimed Nigerian cinema movie directed by Bola Austin Peters, shout out to her, with breathtaking cinematography by Lance Jiwa and impeccable color grading by Alex May. Shout out to him for that big and sweet color grading. This film not only brought an impressive box office numbers but also set streaming records on Prime Video. Let's unravel the magic behind its visual storytelling and learn how to infuse our project with the same level of sophistication and cultural depth. So if you're new to the channel, you want to ensure you subscribe to this channel and ensure you hit the notification bell so that you get a notification for every of my future videos. You don't want to miss out on these impressive tutorials that I've been dishing out. Got so many beautiful, comments and reviews from people that keeps me going, and I think we shouldn't waste more time. Let's just dive right into this project. This was the movie. I had to download the movie so I will be able to download some of my favorite scenes. All right, so these are the clips that we'll be working with. So for some scenes here, this is a scene of these are stills that I said I imported. I took some screenshots from the video online. I will just use them to imitate what we want to recreate. For this kind of scene, I would just be using this to recreate. I'll be using this video in particular to recreate this scene. Okay, so, and for you to import your still is very, very easy. You could just come left click and then you tap on import to import stills that you want, but I think I have got enough already. And so let's see how we are going to recreate this to give us this exact feel that the colorist May used for this project. So I'll be creating a whole lot of notes, as usual. Noise reduction. For us not to just be randomly doing all these things, you have to zoom in closely and really justify if you have any need to clean up noise. But if it is not needed, you may not. But for this, I can see some level of noise, and my luma and my chroma is not going to be so much, and then I'll just bring this guy up a bit. I think I'm fine here, and then even the image without the noise reduction needs some level of sharpness, so I'll add sharpness to this shot. Okay, yeah, this is before and this is after. Then I would come and apply my color space transform to this. And then, of course, the regular thing that I would do, this is going to be Sony Cine, and then we are going to have our slog3. You can input any log file that you shot there, to your footage, rec 709 and then rec 709. Then I'll change my tone mapping method. I'll change it to luminous mapping, and then my gamut mapping method to saturation compression. Then I can easily just zoom out to see how this is looking. And we should not forget that this is the kind of image that we are trying to replicate with this same scene. Like I said, these images are looking so great. The saturated colors, I love the way whatever the colorist did on it, and that's just what we are going to do on it. The blues, if you can see all the major colors that were used for all these projects, they are not shouty, they are just extra calm. So let's see if we can do some corrections here, and I'll be doing that under my primary color wheels. And it is always important for you to know that you need to expose right. When you expose right, trust me, you won't be spending so much time to, you know, do color correction and then fixing contrast, all of those little things, white balancing that you could have done while, you know, you were editing. So contrast, I'll bring down my highlight up, and then I'll create a kind of S-curve. Okay, my image is still looking saturated, though still not close to the blue that we wanted. I think I'll just use this style, you know, to keep okay. So I think I'll just leave it this way so that I'll be able to, you know, work in the same range of how this video looks. You can see what my histogram looks like. My white is fine, my highlight is fine, and my shadow, you know, is somewhat fine. So let me do my skin tone qualification. And to do that, just select where you want your skin tone to be. I'll reduce my width. Okay. Let's see. Okay. And then let's go to our vector scope. And don't always forget to ensure that you check your skin tone indicator on. If it is off, you'll be able to know where exactly your skin needs to fall to. And I will still reduce my width, so it is only selecting areas where the skin tone is. Okay, I think this is looking good already. All right, before we selected it, you know. Okay, so you can see where my skin indicator is. I will then come to my log wheels. I would adjust this until it is falling to the right. Of course, you can overdo, but trust me, it doesn't work that way. By the time you are unchecking your highlights, you know, this is just not real, and it's far from what you are trying to recreate. Just ensure that your skin tone is, you know, lying on where it is meant to be on the skin indicator. Okay, so this is our before and this is our after. Before and after. So let's see how far we can, you know, refine this. And don't always forget to denoise your selection so that you won't be having issues blending them. All right, yeah, this looks good. Without the skin qualification, and now with. So I would, for you to check in full screen, you can press P. Then I would come to still on my log wheels, I'll push my midtones up as far as you want it to get. And then my highlight is just going to be here. And then my shadows can come here. So now it is looking too popped. So what we just want to do now is to, we are going to now refine the skin now by using low range and then high range as well. Like I have always told us that your low range, you know, affects whatever color you have pushed in your offsets and your midtones basically, while the high range affects the colors that you have pulled in your shadow. So now let's refine this skin so it is not looking too, you know, they are looking like Caucasian or something. So that's what we want to refine now. I would reduce my low range so it allows my skin to blend well with whatever has been chosen, and then I would reduce my shadow as well, the color in the shadows, so it is not too much. Okay, I think this is looking fine, and then you can see before and then after. So now I'll reduce my saturation. Okay, so I'll bring down my highlights in this contrast. Okay, so I'll come to my hue versus sat, and I'll select my blues. Let me select all the blues that I have in this shot. Okay. Okay, I think this is looking good. Let me refine it by denoising it. Then I'll come here and, under my hue versus saturation, let me increase the width. So we need to ensure it is faded just like what our reference looks like. I'll bring down the saturation on the blue. Okay, can you see how calm the blue is now? Let me just rename this to calming colors. So I'll create a new node. I would name this my tint and saturation. So let's reduce our saturation here altogether. Okay, so here I would also calm this red down so it is not popping so much, and it's has a way of affecting the skin also. I'll come to here, I'll come to the same node that I renamed as calming, and I'll come to my hue and saturation. I'll select my red range and I'll bring it down. Okay. You can see how better these colors have, how close we are moving there. Okay, so let's check our reference again. So I think we are getting close to, what we want. Our blues are getting really close. I'll come back to the same node and see how more I need to bring my blues down. Okay, so I'll come back to my node here, and I will still reduce my low range. I'll bring down the shadows. Still have a few things to do under this color correction. I would bring down my lift. Okay, so I think in a way we are getting close, except the skin that we are yet to get proper. I'll come back to my skin node and we would bring the skin work down a bit more. Exactly. And then come back to my color correction and reduce my gain. we have blues in the shadows, and we would do this under our tint and saturation, even though it will not be too strong, so that it doesn't affect it so much. So I'll uncheck this and I will pull my shadow towards the blue area. If I pull it too much, you are just going to see the impact. This could be the feel that you want for your image. Well, it's all fine and good. I think I kind of like it. If you love it this way, just come to your power grade and save it for a future use. So, but that's not what we are going for. I would reset this and I'll slightly move my blue so it gains little from it and not too much. So you can see how far we have come. This was it from Rec 709, and here we are. Let's check where we are presently with our reference. Okay, so I may need to still calm my saturation down so that I can get that perfect look now. Exactly. So, and then another thing you would want to do under this tint and saturation is to ensure that you now put, if you look at this overall image, the highlight has a bit of magenta. This could be intentional or whichever the colorist chose to tell the story. And I would do the same thing for this image. Let me adjust my contrast also a bit. Okay, I think this is pretty fine. So I would come to my tint and I will add magenta. I would add magenta to my shot. It should not be too much, just slightly. Yes, I love this already, and you want to make it warm a bit. Okay, so I love this already. You can see how far we have been able to recreate one of the shots that was used in, of course, this is an event that would have been very, very popped and really saturated, but if this is the kind of look that you want to go for, you can see how far I achieved this even without using any LUTs, just by sitting down and color grading yourself. And if there are any other extra things you want to do, this was just the king for me. You can see it without and then with. So if you think you want to add extra layers on it, and that's where I will be adding my, just as usual, I'll add grain to my shot, film grain, and I'll change this to 35mm 400T. Let me turn off my transition, turn off my gallery so that I'll be able to see this properly. And I will increase my grain size. I don't know if you're seeing it already, and then increase the strength of the grain. Yeah, so we may want to add some vignette if our reference has that. It has, but not so strong. I think I just love this already. It looks African already. So you can see how we fix this, you know, just in how many nodes have we created so far. Of course, there are some film lots that could automatically help you to achieve this at once, but you know, like I told one of my subscribers on YouTube channel, the person was appreciating me for a color grade that we did without, you know, me selling lots. Maybe a time would come that I'll be selling lots, but I'm not still sure because, you know, I'm growing as well. So you can see how far we have been able to do. Let's check our reference. Okay, let me swipe it to this. You know, this just looks good. And if you feel like you still want to do any extra touches, you can, you know, always come adjust it to whatever length you want, and you know, that will just be fine. So let's move to the next shot, and we'll be picking that from our reference again. So this is a shot that okay, this is another shot. You know, one of the key, no, that's even the key character, that's the main character for the movie, and we'll be using this as a reference to the image. So this is going to be our reference for this shot. And you know, to save our time, I would not be staying so long. I will just continue from the first, you know, framework that I did already. I will just come to the previous one that I already graded already, and that's this. You know, I'll screen grab this, and I'll come here to see how far we can achieve the same shot on this close-up. Okay, so let's see how far we can, you know, work on this to get this to this stage. So let's check the shot I just power graded now. You can see that it is not even close at all, but still I would want to still work with it to save our time so that we are not staying, you know, so long on this tutorial. And trust me, in a way, I want to like the feel also. That's why I always tell you that ensure you save your power grades. They may not work for this, but they would always work for, you know, another file. So this was shot on Canon log 3. So I'll take this off, and I will change my conversion from S-log3 and I'll change it to C-log3 so that we are doing the right thing. This is going to be Canon Cinema Gamut, and I'll change this to Canon C-log3. We have the perfect input color space for all of this. Then my color correction, I will reset my contrast, I would reset tints and saturation, I would reset the skin tone. I can just uncheck because that might still be what I would do exactly for that shot. And then the blue that we use in calming it down so that it can look like our reference. You know, please still, yeah, I will just come to this shot, and you know, I think this is fine. I don't need to zoom it in better than this. What's this? Okay, film grain. I'll leave my film grain as well. Okay, so this is this image now. We saw what it was on Rec 709. This is the Rec 709, and then having applied, you know, our CST and the noise grade, we'll start doing our correction. Let me turn this off now, and I would bring my lift up. I'll bring my lift up. I can see magenta spill, and then I'll come to my tint and saturation and bring that out. You don't want to do it too much. Then come to contrast, raise the highlight up, but you know, you have to be mindful of, let me go to my waveform. You know, you can see how it looks like here, so you don't want to do it too much. Exactly. Okay, I like this contrast. Contrast correction. Okay. Then let me see if I can calm this down. That's another grade actually. Like I said, you don't have to do extra, you know, extra much. Just be creative. And if you should look at our video, the blacks were not thoroughly crushed, you know, in this reference image. So I will just bring my shadow up a bit. Okay, so what we want to do now is to, you know, start desaturating to get us to this feel. Now I will just reduce my saturation. And trust me, if you have a very good camera, you may not even need to stress yourself. If your camera has good dynamic range, why do you need to sit down and to start, you know, it will just help you to get your, you know, skin, whatever you want to achieve very fast. So this is the second frame shot, and we are progressing. Let me still bring this down. Okay, so what do we have here? Okay, this is the skin tone qualification. I would just come here to qualify my skin, and then we would refine it. It's not selecting this area because of the black, you know, that was there. So let's refine it. So since my skin is not, let's reduce this range. Okay, so I can easily just, you know, mask the area where I want selected. So I'm not selecting that area. All right, that's fine. And at times it may pick the other side depending on where you ended your pen to. You know, you just come here and invert. This is the button I used to, you know, invert, and you may just want to track it in and out if needed. Okay, so I'll track it in and out so it can maintain just the range of where I want it to be. All right, that's fine. I'll come back here and then I'll check this in. I'll come to my vector scope and see how far we need to do this. This is looking golden, which means it falls to this yellow side, and you know, we'll just correct that and ensure that it is falling on the right path. I will move this up till it falls on that line. Once it falls there, you can just reduce the impact so it is not too strong. Okay, then let's quickly refine this. Come to your log wheel, and then my highlight is fine where it is, so I'll reduce the impact now. Okay, if there was a reflector here to fill in the shadow, it could have gotten much better. And of course, this is just an 8-bit footage, so I would then reduce the saturation down a bit. Okay, this is looking like it. Let's check. Let's check. Okay, I still need to reduce the saturation. Let's play through. Okay, I'm liking this already, and Okay, so let's compare and contrast. This was the original file we got, so maybe we just need to add some magenta. So I'll just add some magenta to the shot so it can look like what we have in the reference. Yes, this is looking like it. Okay, and then let's see what we need to come here. This skin work, I would come here and, you know, just the same thing we did the other time. Come to your saturation. I may reset this because it doesn't have all those blue that we toggled, you know, in the previous shots, and I'll bring down my saturation here again. Because you can still, and you can clip this down as well. Yes. I've been grading for quite a while. I just decided to use a movie for reference today, and trust me, I love what we did here already. Let's calm these blues down. Let's calm these blues down. Just tap on where your blues are. You can increase the width and double tap to remove all these ones it's made manually for you, and I'll bring it down. You can see how the blue just got faded now. So, and trust me, you can even use this to edit pictures. You can use it to do as much as you want. So let's apply the same feel on this shot, on the wide shot, medium. Let's apply the same feel on this medium shot and see what it would look like. Okay, so this is before and this is after. Of course, this would still need some little adjustments, like bringing the highlights down, working on this part so they are not too exposed. But of course, this is just a feel like the movie that we've seen in, you know, all the grades that we've seen here. This is just how it looks exactly. Okay, so I can draw a vignette around regardless of how that space looks. I'll make a new node. I'll draw a power window. And then I'll feather it up, as you can see. Then I'll create an outside node. If you want to do that manually, just come here, add node, add outside, which will be the opposite of what you have created here. So here I would increase my lights, come back to your, you know, custom curves, bring it up a bit, and this side we are going to do the opposite of that. Exactly. So I pretty love this. You know, this is a very beautiful frame. You know. So we'll do one last one, and that will just be the end of it for this tutorial. To save, you know, our time, I would be using this last image, and let's look for a shot that best fits the project here. Oh, okay. I think this wants to look close. Should we use this? Okay, I think we can use, okay, let's use this for the short reference. So let me turn it off. I will just come here and copy I think we should copy the second one. I haven't even screen grabbed the frame. I'll just come here, grab steel. Now I have my power grid here already, and instead of doing all of those works all over, can you even see that it is not even giving us a close result? Okay, this wants to look like, but still have to do so much on it. Okay, but because this was shot on Canon as well, I'll just copy this look. Let me screenshot this also. I'll just create. I'll just come back to my shot. I'll come to my shot and drag and drop. This was shot on the correct. This still has the correct input gamma, and I will just reset. I would uncheck this because we might need it. Oh, and I forgot to add grain to this image. By the time you add grain to it and maybe highlights, it is just giving already. Let me increase the impact. Yeah, that's it. Beautiful. And let's come back to the shot that we are working on. Reset all of these things like we earlier said. Okay, so this is the shot, the Rec 709, and shout out to my friend Bima Films. We took all these documentary videos together. I did this with Funmi. So let's work on this now. Tint and saturation. First thing I just want to even do right now is to reduce my saturation straight, since I already know how the workflow will be. So let's do some color correction on this. Let me reduce my gain. Okay. Okay, so let me come to my contrast and I will bring the highlights up, not so strong, so I can have a perfect S curve. Alright, I think that's me at the background. Yes. Alright, so what else do we need to do? Let's qualify our skin now. You can see that the skin is not lit, and this is our reference shot. Let's check our reference shot again. No, this is our reference. This is our reference shot. So let's see how that goes. I would just turn this off again, and we would come and qualify the skin. I can reset this. I don't need to do any tracking on it. I don't need this. I don't need this for now. So let's select our skin. Beautiful. But I think it is selecting so much, which is still not bad. And trust me, we are done. Right? We are done. If you do not want it to select all these parts, you may, but right now it has just automatically helped to do all I wanted to even do for this shoot. My colors are calm. If I want to calm the colors more, I'll just come here, I'll reset it. This screen seems too saturated. I'll just come to my hue and versus sat. I'll tap on this screen and I'll bring the saturation down, so it could be giving me that dull vibe as well. Okay, so trust me, I just love this already. If I'll be doing any other thing to this shot is just maybe reduce my highlights, and let's add some grains. Let's add grains to it, and you know, trust me, we've been able to do about 6 to 7 videos here. Of course, if we compare it to, you know, what our reference is, it is not close. But of course, you already know what to do now. If you want to still get there, just come to your tint and saturation. You want to add some magenta to the whole shot, just like the way Kehinde Bankole is looking there. And I would now still bring my saturation down. All right. Okay, I still need to do some homework. Let me bring my highlights down. Okay, beautiful. And then I think I would like to make a mask around that as well, just what we did the other time for this vignetting. Okay, so let's feather it off, create an outside node, and then bring this down. Come back to your... Okay, I don't like to crush the black so much. Okay, so this is fine for me already. And okay, so let's still reduce this color. Okay, personally, trust me, I love this already. So at the end of this video, I'll be exporting this video so that we can see how far we have come. You know, you can use it to apply on every other shot, and you can just do 1 or 2 manipulations and corrections, and you will just be there. This is another shot, and I love this already. It gives me this epic feel. I think I need to start selling lots now. So thank you so much for watching this tutorial. I hope you have gotten value for, you know, your time. Thank you for joining us on this enlightening exploration of Funmilayo Ransome-Kuti iconic cinematic film. We have seen how meticulous color grading can transform a film, creating a visual narrative that is both captivating and timeless. With insights drawn from the masterful work of Bola Austin Peters, Lance Jiwa, and the colorist himself, Alex May, we have learned valuable techniques to elevate our own projects. If you've got a documentary or any other jobs that you want to work on, I've just shown you how to, you know, recreate this. This movie's phenomenal success, both in theaters, on Prime Video, stands as a testament to the power of dedicated craftsmanship and cultural storytelling. Keep experimenting, keep creating, and stay tuned for more exciting tutorials. I am Jidefilms, and I can't wait to see the masterpieces that you will create. Let's keep the cinematic magic alive. Don't forget to subscribe if you are new to this channel, and if you want me to work on a future film, if you want me to, you know, recreate a particular feel that was used in a movie, kindly let me know. Drop it in the comment section. And do you like this feel, or you feel like I did trash? Please let me know in the comment section. And if you enjoyed this, encourage by sharing it to someone, and ensure you like the video. Thank you so much for taking your time out to watch this tutorial, and I promise you that I will see you in my next video. Thanks.